Good morning, again, good afternoon actually. So we're live again, and welcome to the Craft Alive event of the Great Australian Craft Show. This is number 5, so I'm just waiting for some people to pop on, and once they do, then I can start. So once you're on and you want to say hello, then say hello. If not, that's fine. I don't mind. So today I'm just going to show you the Applique Mat. These are a mat that I use. They're from Matildas' own. I love them. So I use them all the time when I applique. And sometimes even when I'm just doing a bit of ironing, I might just, you know, do that and use it. I have got my mat underneath, so I don't want to leave the iron down too long. But I just wanted to show you how the applique mat works. There's a couple of ways and reasons why I use it. There are plenty of different types of products out there. Hello guys, how are you? The stalker is here. You're taking over Rado's position today, are you, Gidget? Okay, so I did do a piece a while ago. I'll just show you what I did. So I ended up turning it into a pillowcase, and I have white minky on the back, so it's very nice and soft. And I basically appliqued these on nice and quickly, and then I did some couching with some unusual wools and stuff like that, threads and things on the outside. Hi everyone, you're just joining it. So that is just me using the applique mat to get them in position. So what I tend to do is I will, lunchtime viewing, good. First things first, this is a batik, so it doesn't really have a right, there is, but you know, lucky you if you can figure out which ones are right and wrong. So I'm just going to pick one out. I'm going to pick, say, that one there and maybe a leaf. So I've got my applique mat there. I have my let me go, my heat pad thingy. So I'll just pop that down just to take some of the heat away from my green mat underneath, my cutting mat, because I don't really and truly want to buckle in that. So I've got my Tilda Fix, which is my applique stuff. So it's the fusible webbing on the paper, so that once I iron this onto the actual fabric and I cut out my piece, then I can pull the paper away from the fabric, and the piece of fabric then becomes adhesive. So I'm just going to iron this on using my little iron, which I do love to death and use all the time, and those who have actually purchased one through myself and Statewide Sewing Centre will love these. So I'm just ironing on. It's a dry iron, so always use a dry iron when I use these. So that's nicely on, it's not coming off. Then I'm going to get this fella, and again, be lucky if you could tell which side's right and wrong. It's got some dragonflies on there, some flowers, so I'm going to pick a flower, any one, and just glue them down. So if you have fabric that is obvious which side's right and wrong, you would be ironing this onto the back of your fabric. And I'm going to grab that dragonfly. So let's get that on there. I think I've left my cutter over there, so I will come and go over and get it. I'll just pop that to the side for now. My mat's getting a little bit of a warp in it, but that's all right, it'll cool down. Now, first things first, I've got to look at this and go, right, it's time to cut it out, so let's cut it out. I'm going to use tiny scissors because I can't seem to find my red handle ones. The other black handle ones are just for any old thing. I'm going to cut out roughly around these. I'm leaving a little bit of a black on the edge and not being too particular. This is just for you guys for a bit of a demo. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just so long as you guys can see what's happening, okay? So I'll just show you what I'm doing, just cutting out the little fella. And sometimes you can just sort of cut rough, so then you've got less in your hand. And down there. And I think the reason why I like the Tilda Fix too is because I can fold it and post it to you guys, and it doesn't seem to come off the paper as readily as some of the other products you find out there. Alright, so that one's ready to go. So I'll just pop him there. Then I've got this flower, and that looks really complex, so I'm going to just cut out around it roughly. And I do this rough cut a lot around things when I'm doing the appliquing, so that I can get it out of that big piece of fabric. So then I can just start here and cut into it. And like I say, this is just for a sample, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, I'd like it reasonably nice. So if I decide to give it away or sell it or whatever, it's something that's worthwhile looking at and giving away. So I'm just roughly cutting out. Sorry, I'm trying to be quick. So if you've got any questions, Michelle, love that fabric you're using. This one here, Vella, this was one of the one of the fat quarter packs that I have. I don't think there's many left of it. It's been very popular. I don't have it by the meterage. I might have a fat quarter pack with a piece of it in, but that's sort of about it. It's very nice. I'm not sure where and who makes it, but it's very pretty. So I'm getting there. So slowly but surely getting there. I had to zip up to the shop before. We needed milk, and I can't go without my coffee. You don't know what I'd get like without my coffee. Can't put two sentences together, or words. So, the applique mat that I'm using is designed to keep the glue that we use behind this piece of fabric and not having it bleed out onto the other bits of fabric. So it's designed to stop things from bleeding. The little holes and little divots, I should say, in the actual mat do that and actually keep the glue behind the fabric that you're gluing down. Nearly there. It's a bit special. So there we go. Alright. Oh, if I do get them, yeah, I think it's a product that's no longer in stock, so I don't think I will. I might have a fat quarter or two, but that's about it. So I'm just getting these little bits off. Probably easier to do that, isn't it? Trying to pick them up with my fingies. Alright, so I've got those two cut, and the last one I'm going to cut up is this big baby. So I'm just putting a mixture of these together just for something interesting, and I might make it very similar to the other white pillow, you know. Put a minky backing. Oh, that's my mum trying to ring me. So again, just cutting out, but I'm leaving a little bit of black around this one this time. I did do it last time too, just looking at the other one. And cutting out. I do have this fabric in stock. Hi, Suzanne. Terry's online as well. So we have about 24 people with us today. It is Friday, isn't it? Not Saturday. Have I lost my days yet? I feel like I've lost my days. We're almost there. There we go. So it doesn't take long once you get going. Get a few of these out. Now, fingers are cold and they're not working very well. One thing that you do need is you will need a pin. And that's to help you get the Liza fix off the back. You get your bit of fabric. That's going to come up in a minute. So I've got my fabric ready. It's been ironed. My little scissors. So what I'm going to do is place these in a way that I think might be cute. They might overlap a little bit. Maybe have the dragonfly coming down like that. So what I do is I get a pin to take the Liza fix off the back, or the Tilda fix I should say. I score, then I fold it, and I just tear that off. Good, hey, good little trick. So rather than me trying to find the edge and then fraying the fabric, I just do that, and you can see the shine on it. That's the glue. So that's your first one down. Now, just so I don't buckle my mat that's underneath that I can't move right now, I'm just going to roll this up, put that down. So I've got a bit of protection between the mat and the applique. So I'm just going to glue that down there just gently. And what you'll find is that you don't get any glue coming around the outside of it, and that's due to these little grooves that are in these mats. I'm going to get my next one. I've got my pin. I'll turn it over, score the back, just like that, fold, and this works on all sizes, and then just tear it off. There it is. You can see the glue again, little bits of whatever in there. I'll get those babies out. I might not trim that enough. There we go. All done. So turn her over. I'm going to pop that there, but I'm having them overlap. So it's now overlapping a little, which is nice. So there we go. And you're probably wondering why I'm not sticking straight on the fabric, because if I want to stick straight on the fabric and I need to move something, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. So with this, I can either get my pin or whatever, my nail, lift it up and move it nicely, and I can replace it like that. So if I decide, okay, well, I've got 3 or 4 different flowers there and I want to position them in different areas, I can see what it's going to look like. It also has the measurements from, you know, 6 inch, 12 inch and 18 inch squares and circles, so that you can see how big your actual piece of fabric is, and then you can tell whether they're going to fit in that area. So the last one I have here is the little dragonfly. I've just scored the back of him. I'm just going to peel that off, and I've taken my nails off, so now I can't grab anything, and just grab that. There it is, a little bit of shiny. I'm going to have this fella overlap a little bit and have him just overlap with a wing over there. So I've made the design long. I'm just going to glue that all back down. And now it's glued onto my mat, so it's not going anywhere. So now you're sort of saying to me, okay, well, how do I know where I want to put it? Well, blah, blah, blah. So you can get your bit of fabric, and depending on the size you've cut, you can either lay the fabric underneath and have it underneath like that, and I can see through the mat, which tells me if I've got a block I know exactly where I need to place this. So I can place this over the top. So say if I had a 12-inch block, I can place this over the top. I can put that out from under there, grab them as one piece. It's one applique piece instead of 3. I can put it underneath, and I can position this in the 12-inch and make sure that it's going to fit within the area. And then I know that it's going to work. The other thing is, if sometimes we do these things and then we move the fabric and then they get moved. So if you have lots of little bits and things like that, they are really hard to get back into position. So if you've got them glued down as one whole piece, then it changes it up a bit for you. This one I did when I was over in the States last year. I did this. It's got a stabilizer behind it, so I'm not finished sewing it yet. But I made this all in one piece. So she actually became one whole piece, where I could actually lift it up and move it onto the fabric in one whole teddy bear. I wasn't making it on the actual fabric. It was made on the applique mat and then put on as one whole piece, like the old patches we used to put on the jeans, except without the backing. And that's one whole thing, and then iron down. So same sort of scenario. Excuse me. So that's now ready to be ironed down. I think that goes nicely with that one. Okay. So we're going to do this. Now I've got my mat underneath. I've got my ironing little thing underneath. Hi Karen, how you going? And I'm going to just iron this down. Now I'm just holding it in place and pressing down. I'm not doing anything extraordinary. There's no steam, it's just heat. Thankfully the applique mat takes away a bit of the heat from my cutting mat. I don't want it to be damaged. So you can see there, I've now got that placed, ready to go. If I find that I'm not finished with this and I want to put more on it and I've got no time right now to do it, and you just want to have it all together and you've got all your little bits together, you can put it all in here. And I could go, right, I want to leave that there and that there because I think I might add some more on. And then you can roll it up in your applique mat and just sit it together. So they stay together, and put an elastic band around either end. Julianne, they're $35, they are. So that's the applique mat. I like it because it just takes away the hard work for me. If anyone knows me at all, they know that I don't have time for hard work. See, I've just seen another Dragonfly. I can go, oh, well, it's got enough adhesive behind it that I could actually probably cut that out and get it on there. So I might turn around and decide, right, well, I want to pop that on later. So, but I don't know exactly where I want to position it. So I lay the fabric down, I put the mat back over the top of the fabric, I position it in the center, exactly where I want it to be. So I know with that square, that 12-inch square, I cut out my little Dragonfly. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll just do a rough cut. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just for the demo. Just want it to look like a Dragonfly though, don't we? We don't really want it to look like a blob, because then it would be ugly. So give me 2 secs, cut this out for you. So you can see that underneath. Hope you have those mats in stock, Michelle. Hi Pat, yep. Hello, you made it. Yes, Suzanne. Yes, I do, love. I've got quite a few in stock at the moment, and if I run out today, I can always order more in. They're a great mat, and they last for years and years and years. I roll mine up and then sometimes fold it so it's not, you don't have to be precious with it either, which is nice. So I get rid of those, and you know, I might go, okay, well, I'm going to put another one, but maybe I might put him on that side, but I don't want to dirty up this, so I just want to do that. Okay, well, it probably needs another bit of something else. So I was going to put one of those leaves on, so let's do that. So let's find a leaf and put that on as well. So I've got one partly covered with some applique webbing, so I'm just going to grab, oops, there it is, a little bit more, just a corner, just to cover that bit there. I'm going to heat that up, put the iron away. I'll see if these scissors will cut through. They might not, because they're used for all other things. Oh, there we go. Get rid of that fabric out of the way. Can you put me down for one of those? Do you want me to PM you? Oh, yesy, please. Yes, please. PM is awesome, because then I can track back. Sometimes with Facebook, I don't always get to see the comments after a video, so that if I don't answer, or you know, if I lose the comment, then it can become a real nuisance. So again, that one's not going to come up, so let's get a pin, score that little bit there, fold it over like that, pull it off. It's got stuck, there it is. Okay, yeah, absolutely, Susan, that'd be great. So I'm now going to look at this and go, okay, there we go. Now this is going to go over the top of my flower, isn't it? So if I had waited, I could have then put it under. But if I'm a little bit lucky and I haven't stuck it down too much, I might be able to just manipulate that enough to get it underneath there. And I can. There we go. So I'm now going to pop that under there, like that. And this one's going to go up over here. So I'm going to, this is basically what you would call fussy cutting, without so much fussy. Hi Julie, how are you? Oh, there we go, it came off nicely. So let's place this, and you'll see straight away I'm going to lift it up. Okay, place it back there. Just put a quick little bit of heat there just to set that down. Doesn't need a lot. We're going to put our other dragonfly over this way and have him touching there, and down he goes. All right, now I could have, if I wanted to, done that whole thing on the applique mat, picked it all up in one and put it down in there, but because I decided not to, like halfway through I decided to add more, then that meant that I just had to come back and forth a bit. But that's how easy it is. So let's say, for example, if I get this bit here, I'll just cut it out. It's just a bit of fabric with a bit of Liza Fix on, and I'll iron it down. I need to put my ironing mat underneath because I'm going to ruin my mat. There, so ironed it down. Then I'm getting this other little bit here, and I'm going to go cut it into two. So a little bit here, yep, there is. This is great with collaging, because if you're going to collage, sometimes you've got to pick things up and put them back down again. So again, you get your pin, you take off the paper on the back. Hi Jeanette. I do that there, and then you've got that one there, and I'm going to overlap those two. All right, I might even just do it that way. I know this doesn't look like anything at the moment, but there we go. So we've got them overlapped. Now I'm looking at it going, all right, but I want to put this piece down, but I want to have it so that it actually, I want it underneath. I want it to be underneath it, and I've stuck it down. If I stuck that down on the actual fabric, there's hardly any chance of being able to lift it up. So because it's on the mat, I can lift it up like that, just like that, put this one there and overlap that, and then iron it down nice and quick. Again, I've got another piece and I've gone, oh my gosh, I should have put that under that one. On the fabric, I can't lift it up. On here, I can pick up a corner, either with a pin or whatever, and I can overlap that like, say, that, and then iron it back down. Get a pin, take off the backing. Fingers are so not working today. Hi, Stella. All right, take that paper off. Love that little trick. If you haven't seen it before, you will use it forever and a day. I'm going to put that one there because, you know, that'll do. And then I might go, okay, well, geez, I really need one underneath. I want them to overlap in a different way. So let's go, right, well, if I put it over the top, it's going to protrude over here, and I don't want it to. I want to leave that black in the center. So I need to pick that up, just like that, put it down, and then reposition my piece of applique where I want it. Now then I can get other fabrics and I can swap them around. Like I've got plenty here. This is another bit of black I've got there. This one's got a bit of yellow in it. Lots of different types here. Let's just cut some out just for the experiment. Hi Therese, and hi Wendy, how are you? Now if I'm trying to pull from the side, you can see how hard that is. If I score it, then do that, it comes off really nicely. Okay, so this big bit of yellow and black I'm sort of wanting to put underneath. So if I can't get the corner up, I can use a pin or tweezers, and I'm actually wanting to place it underneath here, and I just want it to have a little bit of yellow poking out, and I've got this really sharp point at the end. That'll do, because that's going to take up with this one again. Hi Lynette. Yes, Nicole, it is a silicone mat. Yes, that's exactly right. So take off the back of that fabric, lift it up with a pin, just like that, put it behind, and then glue it down. Now you can just collage all your fabrics one after the other, and just keep making all these different types of fabrics. And then you can turn around and go, right, well, now I want to cut something out of it. I might use these scissors because those ones will go crazy. So I might cut a flower out of it, and I might make it it's just that it's got lots of joins in it, and it's just different in shape. So we're just going to play with this. Alright, so now I'm cutting out, and it's created its own bit of fabric, which is exactly what you do when you're doing collage. You're creating a fabric from what you've joined together, and then that creates a picture. So again, I'm just cutting out random pieces, or random into the shape of a flower, sort of. Very funny looking flower, but that'll do. So now I've created that. And they all have, oops, wrong way, they're all being joined together to make that little flower. Now I can then glue that down. I've got all my little bits and pieces here, all this little cut off. I can put that to the side and use it later. And I can use that, if I wanted to then maybe make, I don't know, let's make a leaf out of it. So I can cut this into the shape of a leaf. When I do my things like my cockatoo and the brolgas and things like that, I use the applique mats. All right, so that one can go under there, and that becomes a leaf. You know, maybe it's a different color, whatever, it doesn't matter. But because I haven't glued this to the fabric straight away, and I've glued it on here, it gives me a chance to play with it. So if I've heated that up and glued it down, so that's not coming off until I pick at it. Okay, then I can glue that down and say, right, that's a leaf, that's a petal. So that might have to go in underneath that one there. that becomes joined together. Pick them up just like that, lift it off like that, and there they are joined. See? So anything you want to move around on this mat moves very, very easily. Okay, they're $35. I have them in stock at the moment. Send me a quick PM that you're wanting one, and I'll add it to any existing orders or create a new one for you. If you're a new customer, please send me your email and postal address as well, just so I can send the invoices through. Again, this is a Matildas own applique mat. I've just done this on it. If I want to, I can even add him on there. So I can even go, right, well, we've got a little fancy little flower there. Let's put him in. It's just another shape. But if I don't know whether it's going to actually look any good, I can put that underneath the mat, put that over the top, then I can iron it. I can iron it on the mat, just like that. And then I can move the mat around to see where it might look good, without actually having to glue it onto the fabric first. So I can go, oh no, it might look better, you know, over here, overlapping that. Or it might look better up here, that sort of thing. So I can look at it and go, right, well, where's it going to look better? Without actually having to lift up and send this all framed, because there's nothing worse than trying to lift up the glued ones down, and the fraying is horrendous normally. So yeah, it's not a good thing to do. So once you've got that, and I go, right, I know that's going to work now. Was that where I had it? Let's have a quick look again. Got it there, just sitting there. I can position it there. I can then go, right, that looks pretty good. Is that around about where I was going to put it? And I can glue him on. And then that creates the whole thing. And like I said, if I hadn't glued those first couple on and left it all on the mat, I could have done it in one big whole piece and then glue one piece on rather than 3 or 4. All right, that's how the applique mats work. It's pretty cool, hey? I like them. Any questions at all, please feel free to ask or PM me the questions. I am going to go now. I think it's just past 1 o'clock, so I've been on for a good half hour. I will chat to you all. I think it is 2:30 is the next one, and I'm going to do another demo of a product. So this is the applique mat. They're $35, and I do have them in stock. So if you're after one, please send me a quick PM. And if you love doing your applique, you'll love using the applique mat. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Trust me. See you all soon, guys. Bye.